Welcome back, Fox Gang, to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Wait, is it Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, or is it Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright? I can never actually be sure with this thing. I think it's Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. But either way, welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney, and all I can say is Edgeworth is going on trial. That's all I have to say. I'm excited. Like, I hated having to cut off yesterday, but I was busy yesterday afternoon. And so I had to go do some stuff, and that meant I couldn't play right then and there, which sucked because I was like, how is the first day of the trial gonna go? And Star was really mad at me because this apparently introduces another character that I don't know. I think she expects that I'm gonna really hate this character. Let's see. Turnabout goodbyes, day 2, trial. Did I actually press the record button? I have too many times where I'm like, I'm so sure. Okay, yes, I did press the record button. That would have been embarrassing if I hadn't. December 26th, 9:44 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Aw, it's not Christmas anymore. Oh well, just 12 more months to go, I guess. Wait a minute, it's like the latter end of March. Oh dang it, it's 9 months till Christmas? I need to hurry up and buy my Christmas presents. Karma. Oh, sorry. That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Is he your teacher? You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? I knew it! Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. So, red. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Ouch. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried. But I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing! I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? It's nothing. We're totally not trying to contact the spirit of my dead boss. Nope, no, we totally wouldn't do that. Well, it's time, let's head in. Whew, I think he bought it. December 26th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Wait, that whole conversation took like 6 minutes? I'm sure that was only yeah, the recording was only 4 minutes. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You know, I had a thought earlier while I was out for a walk about how they have a witness, and I'm like, please tell me the witness isn't Larry. Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool! You seriously think that I would stand here? Were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this?
I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes.
Describe the incident, now! Yes, sir!
Detective Gumshoe looks nervous.
Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol gunshots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop.
Overhead map added to the court record.
Testify to the court about the arrest, now! Wait, Mr. Von Karma, yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong! There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty! That is your role!
Okay, has anyone seen my pistol? Like, can I shoot this guy?
Yes, of course, you're quite right.
No, he's not! I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, holy shit. Yo, I'm sharing brain cells with Phoenix right now. Holy. Okay. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of it. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to be reading. That was his actual testimony, my bad.
Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now!
I'm gonna sit here and wait like 5 minutes just to bug the shit out of this dude. Yo, this... Okay. I'm trying to remember here. Okay, no. Back. You received a call from a man?
Yup.
But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right?
That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously.
Different people?
There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today, I've summoned the woman who was camping.
The woman who was camping, Lotta Hart.
What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could.
That's where we found Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir.
Man, he's got his share of objections.
Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence.
Pistol bullet added to the court record. Okay. Why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat.
The murder weapon?
A pistol. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence.
What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What?
Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence.
The murder weapon... Members of the court! We now have the pistol used in the weapon and the bullet found in the body. Detective!
Yes, sir.
Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol?
Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Hey, Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking! To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Tisk, very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed! This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints!
Order! Order!
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes? Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge!
Yes?
Sorry, I'm checking my audio because I feel like I'm getting really loud, and so my audio might be peaking a little bit. I'm not sure. Like, maybe I have my mic too close. It's not too bad, but I definitely could stand to have it a little farther away. Okay, do I sound too far away, guys? Or do I sound good? I'm just asking, because I'm going higher pitch whenever I'm trying to speak like this. Sound good? Alright, so I can have it about this far away. Hopefully it doesn't peak on the mic. Alright, here we go.
Yes?
What are you doing? A 10-minute recess! No! I'm not sure if anyone likes my Von Karma voice, but this is fun.
But wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man!
Yes! This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? Von Karma is running this court, apparently. December 26th, 11:09 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. Well... And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? No, that isn't true at all, Maya. You are your comic relief. If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. I need moral support here, because Edgeworth is not helping with anything! No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. Dude, your fingerprints are on the freaking murder weapon. I can't jinx it any further. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident, and don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
Yeesh. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. I wish for a cheeseburger and fries.
Sorry. Sorry, I get to make these jokes because I'm overweight, so that's why I made it. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake, so the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order! I will have order.
Well, Judge?
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor, I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well, if you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court! Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Oh, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Okay. It was Christmas Eve just after midnight. Was in my car. Heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Oh, Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. When I looked out the window, saw two gents in a boat. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course.
Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick, if only my sister were here. Maya's really taking this hard. Except... that it stated that this... Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow.
It clearly, contradicts the, I thought...
You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Wright. Objection overruled.
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay, well then, I'm not sure. Taken automatically on 12/25 at 12:15 a.m. An overhead map of Gourd Lake. Okay. There wasn't anything but... Okay, let me think. Let me press a little bit more here. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait, now I'm the one who says that.
Well, then say it already.
Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Just after midnight, you say. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradiction, but really. Alright, so let me see. Was in my car, heard this bang come up from the lake, looked out the window, saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Wait a second, I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something.
Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction.
But, Your Honor, you keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outburst by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Why am I? Oh, have I been doing the old bag voice? I'm trying to. I don't know. Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me, Maya.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth. Enough! Judge, declare the defense in contempt.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No. Wait, I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her. Order! Oh my god, I'm not saying order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Yeah, I probably should have presented the camera. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Objection! Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart?
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Whew! Thank you, Maya! You are the best! You're right, it was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one had better be good. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. I want to press on this one a little bit. If there was a heavy fog, how could binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog, but you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah. Enough! There is no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful for me, but I had to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright? Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning.
But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Mr. Edgeworth. Grrr. No unnecessary comments, please. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. I don't care. Okay. I'm gonna present the camera. Your Honor. Okay. That was pretty bad. All right. Okay. First things first. I'm trying to do this in one shot. I don't want to have to start over, but I just might have to. Your camera. Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
It's not letting her answer any of the questions. When I heard that noise on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second, you hasty Yankee types. Said never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is. Nobody loves me. Ah, this is tough. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let me see. The camera was set up to the pictures of a meteor shower. So once I was finished setting... Alright, I've pressed everything. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Alright, I'm gonna press further on this again. Your camera. Yeah, it's got an automatic. Okay, so let me go back to that line. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? Okay. What are the statements? When I heard that noise out on the lake, looked with my binoculars. Alright, let me... If there was a heavy fog, how could binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog, but you say you clearly saw him. I did, yeah. Enough, there is no room for doubt in her testimony. I'm a little bit stuck here. I'm trying not to look at any guides, so... A part of me is like, because I know set to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected, but it faces the lake. I also am trying not to do resets, so it's like if I fail, I fail. I mean, just look at the game. Okay, so it's... Alright, let me go back over this one more time. You're right, it was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. When I heard that noise on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. The main thing I'm paying attention to is this part. She's saying she was setting up to watch meteor showers, but her camera faces the lake. To me, the camera itself is a contradiction. And I want to click on this, but it seems like I'm supposed to click something else. At the same time, oh my god, I'm really trying to do this without asking for help, but I might need to phone a star. I might need to call in some help from Star for this one. Alright, give me a second to really, like... Alright, so I'm right. It's the camera. I just have to pick the right statement. You were photographed... Oh! Okay, so my problem with the Okay, thank you, Star, by the way. Sorry, I had to call in help. But I'm glad that it's like I was on the right track, and I've been looking at this one statement for 5 freaking minutes! You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Oh.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Oh, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's say you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is the proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster?
Here's my proof. It's simple.
If it's simple, then why have you obviously made an error, Mr. Wright?
Okay. What's that? Go home. Consider a career. God, how can they so casually toss aside this? Oops, wrong evidence. Okay, my bad. Oh, right. She's completely covered in forest. Like, actually, I'm not entirely sure that counts. Do I want to risk this? It's like I've only got so much evidence, so there's only a few that really match up here. Here's my... Okay, so nope. Alright, so I'm kind of fucked. It's still the camera, isn't it? The proof... I kept thinking that it was the camera the whole... I was like, it can't possibly be the camera again. I just used that evidence. I have this massive problem with this game where it's like... First of all, though, I want to clarify something. First up, both of those actually work as evidence in this case because one, her picture was aimed directly out at the camera. If she was trying to get photographs of the shooting stars, again, like he said, her camera would be pointed upward at the sky. She was in an enclosed space covered by trees. That wouldn't have been very useful for her. Number two, like, she had a picture that was at the lake. So, again, there's her main problem here. So, my mind was like, it can't possibly be the camera again as my evidence, but it's like, now that I think about it, it's like, it makes the most sense. It's simple, but also it has an automatic shutter with a sound detection. If she was shooting for meteors, she wouldn't need a sound detector, and that is my bad. Again, I have this problem where I overthink everything on this game because I'm just like, this is too simple, and then I gotta remember, this is a game for, like, probably what, like, teenagers or something. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Miss Hart?
Oh, sorry. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Okay, so I've only got one shot left, so everything has to be completely good here, or else I'd lose. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's fine, I'll save. Oh my goodness. Save. I was trying to do this all in one shot. Yeesh. Save again, because I never trust the first save. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart, and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Hey, what's up, Linacat? How's it going?
The witness's testimony, it's unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because, why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first. Ah, very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with this testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so actually not a research student at a university. An investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. Alright. I'm gonna press as much as I can here, because I need to get as much as I can. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm a highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I'm an investigative photographer. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of shaky basis for a career. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. Is Gordy really that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news' Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. I gotta agree with the judge here. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera. Yep. Borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. there wasn't much else to look at? Yeah, I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kinda doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness continue. Hold your... Hush, puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, no. The lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore neither. I better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. Won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. Okay. I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to the case.
Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to keep quiet. I had the bang looked right straight on that out of that lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It's a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at? Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang, kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? Yeah, I know. This is the last cross-examination. I'm looking ultimately at my evidence, and I'm trying to figure out where I can really touch on this. And I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and heard another gunshot. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat? Okay. Okay. So the number one thing I'm noticing, however, is that everything is about 2 bangs, and yet the gun apparently was fired 3 times. Okay, let me think. Alright, Let me get back to this. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera. Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. Okay. I guess if this was fired once to test it. Yeah, I hate doing this again, but I'm gonna have to phone Star in because I'm lost. I'm like, I just can't think about where I would present anything. It's like I'm torn between the gun because it says fire 3 times, but I realize now that could have been 2 for the murder and 1 for the ballistic testing. My other option is the camera because it should have picked up 2 pictures. And yet, this is the only picture it apparently took. Okay, thank you, Star. Alright, so I'm gonna do my best to not phone you in anymore, especially because you're probably about to start getting ready to set up for your own stream. I'm really trying to do this on my own, but it's just like I am smooth brain. Let's put it like this. I'm smooth brain. This game is too big brain for me. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would, but you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought.
Order! Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing.
Well?
Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there now.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day, shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and... Wait a second.
She even had a photograph to prove it, but you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality of mine, but who should let us see who's who?
She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Make her show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? But because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place, you old fool. Mavis?
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart? Show the photo to the court! Show us the enlargement!
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who is firing this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Lake photo added to the court record.
Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
Is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Wait, Your Honor. This evidence. I believe we have spent enough talk.
Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence of this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps.
Oh my god. What does it mean, object to the enlargement? Like, does it mean, like, object to it being submitted as evidence? Or can I, object to it being the decisive piece? It's either that or wait and see. All right, I'm gonna experiment here. I'm gonna hate myself for this. But first we're gonna see... Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be?
Oh, good. Okay, I chose the right option.
Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand what the shooter is strange.
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand...
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Yo, I got it? Yo! Woo! I did it!
Safe! Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? There's only one explanation. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! Order! So you are saying that the victim committed...
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There is no way it could have been suicide. But at the same time, there's no way it could have been,
Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated in the court record.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
December 26, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Jeez. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? Yeah, no shit. She saved our ass with that one. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition added to the court record.
I wanna build a life worth living. I wanna be rich cause I wanna be given. I feel the time keeps ticking. I wish I had more, but I'll take what's given. I just wanna pop cause I've been working a lot. I think I deserve a shot, I think I deserve a spot. Cause it's been years on this path that I walked, and if I keep going, I pray I'll be at the top. When I dream big, yeah, I commit. Wanted this life since I was a little kid. Never thought twice, I just did what I did. Worked towards it and now I have an addiction.